I'm back. All I did was turn it off, turn it back on. You didn't miss nothing. Pushing on it to try and see, when you don't get on the rock itself, it don't do nothing. Whatever. Trying to make it roll. We don't need no big high humps on this thing. We got to start getting this sucker under control. Big high area, not a great platform. I think I'm going to go this way again. Drop a little bit more. Didn't help myself a lot, but try and get me some flint exposed. Okay, here we go. You ready? Trying to hold it together good and get, you know, the best result possible for the time. Important. All about those decisions as to when to go back the other direction, the other way. Okay, while you're doing this kind of stuff, even though this is still thick as it can be, on a good rock, you can break it. You don't want to break it. So one of the things that you do is get rid of your knife edges and then consider taking a finer abrader and going along all the knife edges this way. That dramatically strengthens the piece compared to if you don't do it. But see, I'm fixing to hit here. Number one, I'm shooting across, not down. But see, I've got my hand all along here and I got that finger pointer out there, so I'm trying to support. And then I push it down on here too, so there's just not vibration. But we have just about beaten the cortex. To where we can get aggressive. On an end, you have the choice of, do I want to keep coming across from the sides to thin the end, or do I want to hit downward on it? Coming across on the side is always safer. Chalk. I'm going to go ahead and hit on the end. Trying to get me some actual flint to hit. I've got this ridge right here of thickness. And I've got to turn, I've either got to hit a big overshot from here to get some of that, which is possible. I can do that, but because if I try and do it from here, I've got to hit through here and get rid of a bunch of thickness and turn the edge in way bunch before I can come that way. So I'm just going to hit on the end. And you can see that, you know, when you do that, if you're going to lose 1/8 of an inch in length, you know, you sort of go for the gusto. You try and get what you can get. Well, I'm not sure I lost anything because that's you know, almost below the center line. So, all right, so now you definitely want to start getting weight off the ends, getting everything regularized, and then start getting aggressive with your thinning. And it's a judgment call as to which of the two large size boppers I use at the moment. Because on the one hand, I can get big, dramatic, nice flakes with the big bopper and hold them together better. But on the other hand, I can swing slower and get speed and stuff more with the smaller bopper. Okay, so we got 3 flakes right there that did a lot of good as far as that surface goes. This is all messed up. There's damage in here. But I've got one little knob that looks like it might be semi-strong. I'm gonna use a big bopper, go kind of slow. And not overdo it, but try and improve that situation a tiny bit. This is the wrong direction, so I'm going to do a couple of short blenders. This way. Trying to clean up that hurt area, damaged area. Big thickness there, no ridges. No ridges for the flakes to follow, big thickness. So you gotta hit them hard. You want your platforms kind of up by the center line. You want support on there. Get thick flakes and do some good even though there's nothing guiding them. They're gonna wanna spread out. And I'm gonna go with the smaller of the 2 large boppers and try and muscle this through. Hitting here first, and which will isolate that a little bit, and I'll get a little better run on that bigger one. Short flake there, a little bigger one there, tiny one there. So now I've sort of isolated that, and I got a hump. So we're going to press on that. Try and lower it. And that isolates this naturally because that other thing was already isolated, but this platform stinks to high heaven. So my usual cavalier way, I've got a ridge here. I'm just gonna hit here, but I'm gonna catch that on top a little bit, but I'm gonna have support to where it doesn't break it. I'm gonna hold under here. I'm gonna do the same thing a little bit here. Downward a little bit more, that one failed. Well, it doesn't matter, we're okay. But see, we're getting this sort of straightened. This is fairly even now. Turning this up. It's all wrong to hit the other way, so. Probably can hit once more right through here. Once your edges get too thin, I mean, you got to come in, so you're gonna lose width. It's just a matter of if you lose it in the most efficient way possible as far as your reduction goes. Okay, so we got a big lump here and we got thickness in there. I'm gonna hit that. Try and get something good with it. See, it's all punctated and weird. And you say, well, that's terrible, you've got a real problem. Well, you can think that if you want to. Where's my little, I like to use this because it doesn't, I don't worry about wearing through the metal down to the lead when I'm doing it with this, with a solid. Some point soon I need to fix that because you do not want to be doing that crap after you've thinned a bunch. Makes no sense. Try to get the knife edges off of here. Can't work off knife edges anyway, unless you're doing your final set of pressure. And if I'm going to try and be working off this, we might as well have the rest of this preform fairly stout. Biface, whatever you want to call it. Thickness. Hit right here and come across here. See? I'm trying to get this fairly straight because, you know, I may come back to refine it, but I don't want to come back and do everything to it. I mean, you know, you want it in the ballpark. Try to get this whole stuff just kind of straighten up a little bit for the moment. Supporting with my fingers pushing on it, and you can see how much that helped in order to make it run low and go. Now see, normally if I was just using unsupported direct percussion, I wouldn't even hit into that like that. because I'm actually hitting into thickness where it's going to hinge. So this is going to hinge too, but we'll see where we get to for it. I missed. There we go. But I got away from what I was doing. I like that. Probably forget to upload this thing and wonder why I'm not getting comments. Thickness, problem. It's basically a flat edge still there, so I got to get that off. I've got most of it off. See, I'm holding this like this. I'm holding this like this, and I'm not supporting this end at all, but I'm putting this end on the leather, so that keeps it from vibrating. Plus, I'm hitting in such a manner that flake's wrapped. So, getting straighter. Now, you can get away with a lot more like what I'm doing now if you know that at some point you're going to switch to direct percussion where you have pinpoint control and accuracy and power, and lots of power, and you can play the ball like it lies on all this stuff you left. If you're going to try and do this all direct percussion, I'd be being more careful and trying to do stuff more correctly. This is kind of twisted and thick here. Okay, this is going to be a good one. Cut all the way through, lowering that a lot. And I just spent a little bit of time on that platform because this is an important flake. I've still got a lot of thickness in here. I got a low area over there, so it's like it's twisted, and I want to do a good flake here and get a lot of thickness. So I'm going to put my finger along it, resting this all the way out here. Caught it thin. Didn't catch it enough. So hit the two platforms I created. There. That did what I needed done. Right back.